STIHL Timbersports Canada is brought to you by Big Green Egg, the ultimate cooking experience. Johnsonville, discover the great taste of Johnsonville. London Tourism, can't wait to see you. Timber Watches, official timekeeper of STIHL Timbersports Canada. John Deere, nothing runs like a deer. STIHL Moto Mix, official fuel of STIHL Timbersports Canada. And by Elan Dance Art Studio.
Here. Thanks so much for joining us once again on the STIHL Timbersports series. This week we've got lots of action for you. We are going to wrap up the rookie division and the professional women's division, the best in the country. One of them will be crowned the rookie and the women's professional championships. It's all happening here in London, Ontario. We'll see you back here. The City of London has been known as the Forest City since 1855, when it was described literally as a city built in the middle of a forest. That alone makes it the perfect location to host the STIHL Timbersports 2016 Canadian Championships. Located right between Toronto and Detroit and only 1 hour from the U.S. border, this city of 366,000 people offers more than just its lush forests. During hockey season, Londoners will cheer on the London Knights, the 2016 Memorial Cup champions. The London Knights camp has produced many successful NHL players, including Daryl Sittler, Brandon Shanahan, Corey Perry, Patrick Kane, Rick Nash, and Nazem Kadri. New to the scene is the London Lightning, London's own Canadian professional basketball team. Starting off in the 2011 season, the London Lightning already has a strong fan base. If baseball is your sport, London is home to Labatt Memorial Park, which houses the London Majors team. Labatt Memorial Park dates back to 1877, making it the oldest continually operating baseball grounds in the world. Now let's head back to more STIHL Timbersports action.
With 2 events down, things are starting to shake up, and our athletes are setting their focus to strive for the top in their own divisions. Before the dust starts to fly, let's first recap our prior events. In the women's underhand chop, it was Anita Jazowski narrowly edging out Caitlin Carroll for first place. And in the rookies underhand chop, it was the brute strength of George Williams that helped him clinch the top spot. However, in the rookie standing block chop, it was the fast swing and precision hits by Brad Barlow that helped him claim first place in this discipline.
My name's Caitlin Carroll. I'm from Truro, Nova Scotia, and I started competing in the STIHL Timbersports series in 2013. I have a training facility at my house, so I'm able to train whenever I have time, after work, on weekends, evenings. So I do what I can when I have time.
My name is Thomas Simons. I'm from Port McNeill, British Columbia. One of my favorite things about the STIHL Timbersports is getting up on that stage. You can't watch the guy chopping beside you. You gotta just focus on your block and get it done. If you let that get into your head or the crowd get into your head, it really starts to slow you down.
I'm from Port McNeill, BC, and this will be my 4th summer competing. One of my favorite things about the timber sports is the people that are doing it. I feel personally that it's a big family.
My name's Anita Jazowski. I'm from Nanaimo, BC. I've been competing in STIHL Timbersports for 3 years. We started in 2014. It was the first time they held the ladies event.
It's time now to check in with our official STIHL Timbersports scoreboard to see how our athletes are stacking up.
The single buck is a 6 to 6.5 foot long one-man crosscut saw. The goal is to cut one 18-inch round white pine disc or cookie, which is the term used to describe a disc of wood in STIHL Timbersports series. You will need to use your whole body and a combination of power and rhythm to get through the log as fast as possible. This full-body workout is nicknamed the Misery Whip.
heat 1 of 3. On stand 1, Jessie Swinemer. On stand 2, from British Columbia, Anita Jazwowski.
My name's Jessie Swinemer. I'm currently going to university in Truro, Nova Scotia, and this is my first year competing in the STIHL Timbersports series. I think that it's really great that STIHL Timbersports is promoting the women in the Timbersports League. It's awesome to get women into the sport. We always like to see at, especially our hometown competitions, as many women as possible to have a really good competition.
Athletes ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, Anita is definitely the more experienced sawyer here in this heat. Anita using the entire saw. Look at her pulling that there. She is using a Jim Taylor 3-peg, and she is through unofficial time 21:52. Put your hands together on stand number 1, Caitlin Carroll from Truro, Nova Scotia. And on stand number 2, all the way from Port McNeill, British Columbia, Allison Briscoe.
3, 2, 1.
And a nice even flat start for Caitlin Carroll. On stand number 1, slight hang-ups there, giving her a hard time. On stand number 2, Allison is only 15 years old. Allison Briscoe, though, on stand number 2, she is, and she drives it up. Wow, that is a good time. 1981 unofficially for Allison Briscoe on stand number 2. On stand number 1, put your hands together for Stephanie No from Brigham, Quebec. And on stand number 2, your current Canadian champion, put your hands together for Janet Walker.
My name is Stephanie No, and I'm from Brigham, Quebec. One thing that could maybe give me an advantage over the other competitors is that I work physically all day. I work on a farm.
3, 2, 1, go.
And a great start by Janet Walker on stand 2. Nice, even, flat. She is pushing the nose using the entire saw. Both these ladies are trained by the great J.P. Mercier and are both using Mercier-made and filed saws. And oh my gosh, that was a mirror image there on that finish.
We had 2 good cuts.
Don't go anywhere, folks. Right after the break, our rookie competitors will get their chance to tackle the single buck saw.
With another sawing event wrapped up, let's check in to see how our athletes are stacking up and see who has those fat STIHL Timbersport points.
Okay, let's get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, he is going to need your help with this one because he is flying solo. All right, here he goes. Help him out, everybody. Thomas Henderson. Nice, smooth rhythm. He is exploding into it. Really good flat start. He's into the middle of the block, and his coach, Scott Reed, is just cheering him on. He is helper wedging him and using the lubrication. He blows it off at 16:98. On stand number 1 from Peterborough, Ontario, Tyler Tukendorf. Stand number 2 from Cornwall, PEI. Put your hands together for Morgan Rogavine.
3, 2, 1, go.
And a good flat start on stand number 2. Morgan really driving into the wood. Found his rhythm. Tyler's not too far behind. Both guys not very big, so they do need to rely a lot on technique. They do have helpers there to help wedge that wood away.
2 good cuts.
All right, here we go. Stand number 2, Thomas Simons, a nice flat stroke, but stand number 1, my goodness, he is not putting out a wildfire, he is igniting a fire on stand number 1. Neil McNulty with a fast pace, he's got to use that entire saw on the push and the pull, but it is stand number 2, and Thomas Simons does it right there with an unofficial time of 25:91.
We had 2 good cuts.
2 good cuts. Well done, guys.
There's a lot of training involved, a lot of technique, fairly strong. You have to work out at it. You have to get the right coaching. You can't just pick up an axe or a saw and expect to learn. You have to do a lot of background research and study the events and learn from people who've been doing it for 10, 15 years and get their advice and get advice from others and take your time at it, and you gotta work to get good. It takes a while.
All right, let's do this, folks. This is your final heat on stand number 1. Put your hands together. He comes from Wellington, PEI, Brad Barlow. All the way from Fredericton, New Brunswick. Put your hands together for George Williams.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, a nice even start by both of these guys, but it is George Williams on stand number 2, plowing through. He's got lots of noodles coming off that log, and he is driving the nose of that log down, and there it is, unofficial time for George Williams, 13:42.
Hey folks, another event is in the can. Let's check out our official scoreboard and see how our athletes are stacking up.
The steel stock saw event is a test of the athlete's skill using a chainsaw. Each athlete uses matched steel MS661 M-tronic saws with a 20-inch bar to cut through a 16-inch log. Each athlete must complete 2 cuts, 1 down cut, and 1 up cut within a 4-inch section marked by a line. Athletes start with both hands on top of the log, and time ends when both cuts are complete. An incomplete disc or cutting over the 4-inch line will result in disqualification.
I definitely feel confident in the chainsaw event. That's my singles event in the school league for the past 4 years. And I also spend a lot of time junking up firewood at my home.
All right, heat number 1 of 3. Stand 1, put your hands together. She comes all the way from Truro, Nova Scotia, Jessie Swinemer. Stand number 2, she hails from Nanaimo, British Columbia, Anita Jeswowski.
Hands on the wood. Get set.
As expected, stand number 2, Anita Jeswowski, quick into the wood. Oh, some trouble on stand number 1 for Jessie Swinemer. The exchange was good, though, for Jessie Swinemer, and 2 cuts are complete on stand number 2 for Anita Jeswowski.
1 good cut on this side. Unfortunately, we have a DQ on this side. You cannot touch the blocks, the disc when the saw is running. Unfortunately, that's a DQ. Hands on the wood. Get set.
And Caitlin Carroll first into the wood on stand number 1. My goodness, she's got a smooth rhythm. Quick on the exchange as well. She is smooth all the way up. Allison Briscoe, she is chasing her. It is Caitlin Carroll on stand number 1.
We have 2 good cuts.
2 good cuts for these ladies. Well done. Let's get it going. Stand number 1 from Brigham, Quebec, Stephanie No. Stand number 2, she is your current Canadian champion from Truro, Nova Scotia. Put your hands together for Janet Walker.
Hands on the wood. Get set.
Janet Walker, lightning fast as she enters the wood there. She took this event last year at the Canadian Championships. That is 1 smooth exchange by Janet Walker on stand number 2. Janet Walker, that is a good time, my friend.
We have 2 good cuts.
2 good cuts there.
Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got lots more exciting Steel Timber Sports events coming up right after this break. Hey, welcome back, folks. It's time now to check in with our official Steel Timber Sports scoreboard to see how our athletes are stacking up.
And we're going to begin with Heat 1. He's going to fly solo on this one. Put your hands together for Neil McNulty.
Hands on the wood. Get set.
All right, he's gonna need your help for this one. Neil McNulty from High Level, Alberta. Slow on the start getting into the wood. This is not his strongest event. He has a hard time. Oh, and there's some trouble right there. A really thin cookie. And he stopped his chainsaw, and there's the yellow flag. Actually, Roger McPhee actually hit him with the yellow flag.
I have to apologize. I didn't mean to hit him on the head, but unfortunately it was a DQ. Hands on the wood. Get set.
All right, and a mirror image into the wood once again. It looks as though George Williams, who's typically good in this event, is having some difficulty. Double clutch on number 1 there for George Williams. That cost him a little bit of time, and there it is on stand number 2, unofficial time there at 14:25 for Morgan. Wow, that was a good cut there, Morgan.
We had 2 good cuts.
There you have it, 2 good cuts there. Big round of applause. On stand 1, Thomas Henderson. On stand 2, from Prince Edward Island, Brad Barlow.
Before I get up there, it's constantly thinking like, don't screw this up. You screw this up, it's over.
Hands on the wood. Get set.
Brad Barlow on stand 2, quick into the wood. He is pushing that saw into that maximum torque curve, and a smooth exchange for Brad Barlow. But on stand number 1, there you have it. From River John, Nova Scotia, Thomas Henderson ended that one real quick.
Hands on the wood. Get set.
Mirror image into the wood for both these guys. Oh, and we've got a thin disc on stand number 1 for Thomas Simons. Good exchange on 2 there for Tyler. And we do have a yellow flag here on stand number 2.
We have a good cut on this side. We don't have 2 complete cuts on this side, so unfortunately it's a DQ.
There you have it. A round of applause there for these 2 gentlemen.
Make sure to stay tuned after the break, folks. We've got lots more chopping and sawing action coming your way.
Welcome back, folks. Well, with those official STIHL Timbersport points settling out, it appears we have a tie for the top spot in our women's division. A tie on the STIHL stage is settled in no other way than by a STIHL stock saw-off.
From Truro, Nova Scotia, Caitlin Carroll. And here she is, your 2015 Canadian champion, Janet Walker. Folks, this does not happen too often. Here we go, there is the coin toss. There we go. So here we go. From Truro, Nova Scotia, Caitlin Carroll will cut first. She will make 1 cut down. She does not have to do 2 cuts, which is typical in the stock saw event. As of right now, your current Canadian champion, Janet Walker, is being taken behind this stage. She will have ear protection over her ears. She will not see what is happening on stage. She is going to be going into the event blind.
Hands on the wood. Get set.
A very quick start by Caitlin Carroll from Truro, Nova Scotia. She's got 1 cut to determine if she is going to be crowned the Canadian champion. Excellent cut there by Caitlin Carroll.
We have a good cut.
And it's a good cut for Caitlin Carroll. I can't announce her time. We cannot tell the time to your current champion, Janet Walker. But what we will say is that Caitlin Carroll needs to be proud of that cut. Janet is extremely experienced, probably the best resume of any of our women's competitors today.
Hands on the wood. Get set.
Fast into the wood for Janet Walker. This is 1 cut. Wow, look at that time. She has no idea. No idea.
We have very strict rules on safety at STIHL Timbersports. Don't like to see a competition end this way. This lady here forgot to put on her safety glasses. Unfortunately, that is a DQ.
It is very strict rules here in the STIHL Timbersports Series. That is extremely unfortunate, and there you have it. You know what? It is that time, though, now. We're here to crown your new women's professional champion as well as your men's rookie champion.
In third place, we have Thomas Henderson. And our second place winner is Brad Barlow.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Mignagish, Nova Scotia, put your hands together for your men's rookie champion, George Williams. Nice job by these guys today. George was our runner-up last year. We call that a bridesmaid in the sport. This year, not so much. He is your rookie men's champion. And making it to the podium in her first appearance here at the STIHL Timbersports Canadian Championships from Brigham, Quebec. Put your hands together for Stephanie No.
And presenting our second place winner's presentation is our president of STIHL Canada, Greg Quigg. And this goes to our amazing athlete, Janet Walker.
A great job there today by your 2015 Canadian champion from Truro, Nova Scotia, Janet Walker. Huge round of applause. Tough break at the end there, girl, but boy, you put on a good show for us today. And it is time now to crown a new queen. Ladies and gentlemen, she hails from Truro, Nova Scotia. Please put your hands together for Caitlin Carroll. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Stephanie No, Janet Walker, and Caitlin Carroll, your three professional women's on the podium for 2016. Round of applause, everybody.